Hi, I'm Miss Belle from Miss Belle Poetry, and this video is for poem number 3 called Potential Goodbye. If you've ever had to go through the horrible ordeal of watching a loved one suffer illness, maybe even a life-threatening illness, I believe you'll be able to relate to this poem a lot more. Whenever someone does hear this horrible news, I think it's very easy and very common for people to freak out and start panicking about their loved one. And for me, it was with my mother when she was diagnosed with cancer last year. When I got the news last year, I freaked out a lot, and I wrote this poem in order to sort out my thoughts and just get them out there. I freaked out and panicked so much about my mum passing away that I actually also wrote this poem with the means to say it at her funeral as my eulogy. But it's been a year now, my mum's still great and healthy, so all's good. To share this poem for anyone out there who's going through the same situation, because for me personally, I felt very much alone because this situation to be in is very unique. Fortunately, not many people go through this. So if anyone's in the same situation, feeling lonely and they want comfort from people, hopefully my poem can do that for them. In this very situation, when you're feeling very vulnerable, it's very easy to start blaming yourself for issues. For me personally, I was worried that I never told my mum how much I loved her. Well, and maybe for anyone out there who's been through the same thing, I started to worry about all the things that I have or I've never told my mum. For instance, I've never actually told my mum about this poem, nor does she know about any of the poems and songs that I wrote. So if she was to pass away and I've never told her about all this, I would feel pretty mad at myself. The most important thing to let them know and make sure isn't necessarily about certain situations like oh, you know, that cup that we're missing, actually I broke that, and sort of things. The only thing that you really need to tell them is that you love them and you're there for them. So if you do know anyone going through this situation, the best advice that I'm advising you to give is to tell them to read my poem, obviously, and to not worry and try not to worry and panic. Just take one day at a time. Obviously you'll need time to understand the situation, but just because it's life-threatening doesn't mean that your loved one is going to pass away. Miracles do happen. All you need to make sure that person knows is that you're there for them and that you love them. So that's the outline of the poem. This poem is from my collection called Life Notes, which I'm working hard on to get published onto the iBooks store on iTunes so everyone can download the book and read it. So please comment, share, tweet about this video on my blog. All your support is very much appreciated, and thank you for watching my video. So this is poem number 3 called Potential Goodbye, and this is dedicated to my mom. So you've got some bad news that you want to tell me. You say you're ill, but to get better will be easy. What's easy in my mind to think of what could happen or might be for my mother, Miss Allen. I understand and accept what you're going through. This makes me reflect on what I haven't done for you. We're becoming close as life unfolds. With this potential goodbye, I consider what I've never told. I haven't always been open about what I've done, how I feel. Through my life experiences, I see your spirit in me. Your daughter is a warrior, fought her way through life. You would be proud if I ever brought these battles to light. If I lost you, you'd leave a daughter you never had. You'd have never known who I really am. That scares me. If I keep you, I'd learn from this guilt I feel. I'd show you what I do and love. That scares me. I want to sit you down and tell you my news. If I ever told you, Mum, you would assume that you haven't done right. It's not that at all. I thank you for everything. You're the inspiration to reach my goals. I can never tell you, it's too hard to do. If you don't get well, just know I love you.